Hello dear students, I hope all of you are doing well. In our previous video we discussed about the different types of mountains, how they are formed. So if you recall, we discussed about the fold mountains which are formed by the folding of the earth crust, and the block mountains which are mainly formed by cracking of the earth crust, and also we learnt about this volcanic mountain that is formed by eruption of the volcanic material or eruption of the volcanoes. Is not so? So we read about three different type of mountain, and today's video we will try to discuss about the valley. What is valley, how they are formed, what are the important valleys that we will try to know from here today. Okay, all of you please refer to your book at page number 20, and also please try to listen me carefully. Every time the writings may not be visible to you properly, so it is better you should listen and try to refer to your book. Okay, so here it is written, you can see valley means what. It is written here, you can read with me. A valley may be defined as an elongated depression on the earth's surface, usually between ranges of hills and mountains. Okay, let's try to understand. It's written elongated depression. So first of all, let us try to understand what is depression. Depression means any dropped down part of the land is called a depression. You can see this part is pushed down, or it is pulled down. Okay, this type of ditch area or lowland area is called a depression. I think all of you can understand. Okay, so and elongated means what? Which is a very long one. So it may be very long depression. So this long depression area is also called elongated depression or elongated ditch area, long area. Okay, it may be spreading to a very large distance, some kilometers and kilometers distance. Okay, so this type of depressed areas are called the valleys. I think all of you are understanding. Now let us try to see the other one. Most valleys are formed by ice or water erosion. So it is written, it is formed, how it is formed? It is formed by ice or water erosion. Erosion means what? Erosion means washing away. So most of the time what happens, the land area, the plain land area may be washed away in one direction. Suppose a river is flowing here, so it will eat away, it will wash away this area slowly. And one more thing, it is written, it takes millions of years. So they will not be formed in 1 day or 2 day or 1 year or 2 years. It takes millions of years to be formed. So this area will be eaten away or washed away by the flow of the river. So the flow of the river will depress down, that will make that area depress down. So the diagrams may not be that much clear to you, but try to understand. So you can see this area become, this land area, it will start becoming depressed. So in between the two high mountain, you can see this will be a depressed area, and it is because of the flowing of the rivers. So it may be flowing of the rivers for millions of years. So most of the valleys are formed by flowing of the rivers, and some of the valleys are also formed by flowing of the ice mass, and that is called the glacier. So it is written, there may be it may be formed by ice or water. Both ice and water can wash away the surface of the land, and it can make a ditch area or lowland area. Okay, so that lowland areas are called the valleys. I hope all of you are understanding. Let's turn to next page. So what is, most of the valleys are formed by the rivers and the ice, but there are certain valleys that are also formed by the cracking of the earth crust. As we studied it in our part of block mountain, there wherever the block mountains are formed by the side of the block mountains, some cracks are formed by the side, then they are all called the rift valleys. So let us try to understand about the rift valley in detail a little bit. Okay, so listen carefully. It is written, rift valleys are huge valleys with steep sides. So they are very large valleys, okay, with steep sides. So the valleys are in this way, that they have a steep side. So both the sides, this side, the sides are very steep. It is suddenly raised up. So this type of high sides or steep sides are there. These are called steep side. Okay, so this type of valleys are called the rift valley. And what other things are written here? They are formed by rift in the earth crust. So what is rift? All of you know, rift means nothing but cracking on the earth crust. Cracking on the earth crust. This rift valleys are formed by cracking of the earth crust. When two rifts are formed, two cracks are formed, in between that one the land goes down. So in that way the rift valleys are formed. Okay, that is what it is written here. And many more information about this rift valleys are also given here. All of you please read through your book and try to keep them in your memory. Okay, what other information are given? It is given the largest freshwater lake in the world are located in the rift valley. For example, Lake Baikal is a freshwater lake. It is located in a river valley. Okay, sorry, it is located in a rift valley. Okay, rift valleys are formed through tectonic forces. So all of you know what is tectonic force? That is the force caused from inside the earth. They are endogenic forces. When the earth crust moves wide apart from each other, then a crack is formed, and that crack will make into a valley. Okay, so one more important thing that you have to keep in your memory, that is Lake Baikal. It is the largest freshwater lake that is found in the Rift Valley area. So that is the depression is created by cracking of the earth crust. Here water is formed, water is stored, and this has become the Lake Baikal. I think all of you can understand. Now look to the next one. The valleys form when the continental crust is pulling apart, allowing land to drop down. Okay, you please keep in your memory the word drop down. So when the land area gets dropped down, it is dropped down, it is pushed down. Okay, it is pushed down or dropped down. Okay, so this lakes and valleys are formed because of the pushing down of the earth's surface. Okay, next you see, yeah, these valleys also form when oceanic plates are moving apart from forming a divergent boundaries. Okay, so sometime on the land area also the valleys are formed, as well as under the ocean and seas also this type of valleys can be formed. So the rift valleys are not only found on the land area, but they are also found under the surface of the under the bed of the ocean, you can see. Okay, so they are not visible to us, which are found under the water may not be visible to us, but there are. So this your Mariana Trench is also a that is the deepest place on the earth crust and on the sea surface. So sea bed, that is also formed because of the rift valley. Okay, so there are many other things, and you can see the distribution of the rift valleys in the world. So where in the world the rift valleys are found, that is given in the diagram here. So you notice this one, these are the different plate boundaries, and this is one plate, this is one segment of the earth crust, this is another segment of the earth crust. Like that way these are all given. So they are all segments, different parts of the earth crust that are found here and there. So they are all moving towards each other. Sometimes they are moving apart from each other. So because of this earth crust movement, what happens? This rift valleys are formed. And which important valleys are found in the in the world that are given here. So all the things is not possible for you to memorize. So there is no need to worry about this thing. Let us try to memorize name of some of the important valleys that are given here. Okay, so you can see how the rift valleys are formed. All these are given here. All of you please try to read it and try to know better about this one. Let us try to discuss about the different important rift valleys of the world. So the most important rift valley is your Rhine Valley. It's where it is why it is important, because it is about a very long one. It is about 350 kilometers long and 50 kilometers wide. And where it is found? It is found in the border between France and Germany. So this much if you keep in your memory, that is enough for you. So now let us see the other one. Next important valley is your next is Narmada Valley. So where it is found? It is found in our South India. It's found in our India, and it is found in the middle part of India. It divides the India into two parts, that is South India and North India. So it is in the border between the South and North India. So it is also a very long valley, and it is about 1312 kilometers, okay, or 815.2 miles it is given, okay. And this starts from the middle part of India and goes up towards the western side and falls in the Arabian Sea. And the Narmada River flows through the dropped down area or pushed down area, and that is why it is named as the Narmada Valley. Okay, it's a rift valley in our India. So it's another important thing you can keep in your memory. It is amid the Vindhya and Satpura mountain range. So the two mountain ranges are there, the Vindhya mountain and the Satpura mountain, and in between that one the Narmada river flows, and that is called the Narmada Valley. I think all of you can keep them in your memory. Okay, now let us see the other important valley is your this Nile Valley. So this Nile Valley is found in, where is the Nile Valley? All of you know it is in the Egypt. Okay, so it is one of the most important, and because of the length of the Rift Valley, this Nile River has become the world's longest river. It flows about 6,650 kilometers. So that is why as the pushed down area is very long one, and that is why this Nile river flows through it, and it goes up to a very long distance. So you can see this Nile river. The Nile river is flowing through the crack, and that's it become the longest river in the world. I think all of you can memorize the name of the three Rift Valley. That is the Rhine Valley, the Narmada Valley, and the Nile Valley. So all the names of the Rift Valley should be kept in your memory, and also you should try to know where they are located. That much only for today. All of you please read it from your book and try to learn them. Thank you for listening.